To another show, man. NBA Talk with Jay. We got our guy Jay Briggs on the show. Y'all know him from Twitter, man. Parlay guy Jay. I know him from YouTube as well, man. So shout out to him. This is debut on the show. Hopefully we get more collabs in, man. The people asked for it, so we had to make it happen. You feel what I'm saying, man? What's up with you, Jay? Everything cool with you, my brother?
Man, what's happening? I'm glad to be here, ready to talk some hoops, man. Make some money on a money-making Friday. I'm pumped up. I'm turned, man. It's an NBA in-season tournament day as well, so teams should be motivated to come out and hoop, actually do something tonight. Should be no messing around. Should be actually some good hoops. There was some good hoops last night on the 4-game card, so
yeah,
ready to do it again on Friday.
Nah, that's a fact, man. Also, let the people know, the people that don't know you, that's probably from my channel, let them know what you do, man. Obviously, you do a YouTube show as well. You know what I'm saying, doing over there with Pig Dogs, big on Twitter, YouTube, all that good stuff, man. Let the people know what your work is and where they can find you for the people that don't know.
Yeah, man, y'all can find me over at Pig Dogs, man. I'm over there. That's where I do my NBA jam session every day. I cover every single NBA game every single day. We usually do it in recorded form. It usually drops every morning, like 9 a.m. Central Time-ish, somewhere around that time is where I usually drop it. But yeah, just breaking down the NBA is really what I love doing. We cover it every single day. I break down every single game. I don't hold back. And then I do offer, my top plays, the plays that I personally have the most money on. You can scoop those up over at Pig Dogs Premium. So that's what I got going on, man. I just love talking hoops, man. The best sport on the planet. If you ask
Facts. Nah, that's a fact there, man. This is what we do, man, for a living. So shout out to everybody in the chat, man. The chat popping off crazy. They say they couldn't wait for this shit. You feel me? They could not wait for this. They going crazy in the chat right now. We already got 300 people in here watching live, man. So let's get straight to it. As I always say, we are not here to waste your time. We got games on the card. It's money out there. It's already printed. We just got to put our name on it. You feel what I'm saying? So let's get straight to it, man. A game that my guy Jay wanted to talk about. The Sixers was banned from the show for me. You see what I'm saying? I wasn't even fucking with them. I'm off the Sixers. I didn't even want to talk about their ass, man. I'm doing a podcast last night, and they just basically forced me to talk about this. So we might as well put them on the show. Man, you probably liking the spot here as well. Sixers laying 4 at the crib versus the Nets. We see that Embiid didn't go through shoot around. Now, I don't really think that means a ton. It means something. They're gonna move the line down, but I think that he should play in this one. You'd see the scrutiny that he would take if he didn't play in this game. It would be crazy. Total sitting at 214. What do you like in this game, my guy?
I know you said you got the Sixers banned. They're pretty much banned for me as well. I mean, I'm just pretty much in fade them mode. I call a spade a spade. They have the worst record in the NBA. So what does that make them? The worst team in the NBA. And I don't like catching falling knives. And I feel like that's what they are. A falling knife. So until they show me signs, tendencies, a pulse, I want to fade them. The Brooklyn Nets, they've been a money-making machine this year. 10-4-1 against the number 2 in the league behind Cleveland. I'm just not overcomplicating this one, Jay. I'm gonna rock with the Brooklyn Nets plus the points.
No, that's a fact. Sometimes you just got to go with what you know. And I have tried to catch a falling knife with the Sixers a few times, man, and they burnt me. One of those times they did cover versus the Cavs, bro. They didn't have Maxey, Embiid, or Paul George, and they covered that 9.5 versus the Cavs for me. So they can do it, but I'm off the scene, especially laying points with them. Obviously, they screwed us off versus the Grizzlies. Even that game versus the Heat. How you get up 19 points, bro? How you get up 19 and then you down 19? That shit just doesn't happen, man, to great teams. So coming into the season, I was high on the Sixers. I like that addition of Paul George. They've just had injuries. I mean, Embiid was out. Maxey had got hurt. Paul George is hurt again now. So I think that they do have a high ceiling, but like you said, we got to go with what we've seen on the court. And right now, they got some inner turmoil going on. Embiid, my sources are telling me that Embiid has some off the court stuff going on that's like away from the team, some personal things going on as well that's kind of messed with him. That's probably why he wasn't at shooting around as well. So me personally, if I was to look at this game, I'm sure this prop is down now with Embiid probably questionable or whatever. You never know what the fuck going on with him, man. But Tyrese Maxey, and he's from our neck of the woods as well, man. Dallas kid from Garland. Yeah, so last night I was doing a podcast, Action Network, and he was my guy Brian Fonseca likes over 14.5 points for Maxey, and he damn near talked me into it. I'm like, that's a really great look. And if obviously with no Paul George, he's gonna get the uptick. And he only played 20 minutes last game. I expect him to get a few more minutes this time around, man. So I do think Maxey over his 14.5 points was the best look for this game. the prop is probably moved or taken down right now until they see what's up with Embiid. But I think this could be a nice bounce back spot for Maxey as well. But like you say, the Nets, if I was betting the game, it's Nets or nothing for me here. Jay, do you do any totals? Do you have any thoughts on the total? I feel like this might be an over spot. Sixers have not been playing defense.
They have not. I don't do a lot of totals, mainly because I hate the way totals make me watch the game. I tell people that all the time, like, man, totals, man, they'll stress your ass out. So
that's a fact.
But if I were to lean towards the total here, it would be the over. I like that Maxey play as well. It's going to have to be him and McCain. McCain has been the most consistent player for them. Young Rook, shout out to Rook, man.
Mm-hmm.
But with Maxey coming back, we kind of talked about a little bit before the show. He called out the MVP, galvanized the troops. So when doing so, if you're going to do that, you got to kind of back it up. So I like that. I like that Maxey play as well, especially if he gets the minutes. I know he was kind of on a slight minutes restriction last game.
Yeah,
I haven't seen if he's on one today, but yeah, I wouldn't be shocked at all if Maxey had a solid game tonight.
Yeah, he's probably still on a minutes restriction, but I think it should be at least bumped up to 25 here. So I think Maxey over his points, but like I say, with Embiid being questionable, doubtful, probable, we never know with this motherfucker. So I still think that Maxey could possibly even go to 20 points tonight. He has to. The shots were there the first game. He just obviously he was rusty. It was his first game back, but I think he's shucking off the rust. I think Maxey over his points is my possibly best look in this one. I'd lean to the over as well. Let's go over here to DC in this one, man. Wizards. This is the worst team in the NBA, in my opinion, man. I don't give a damn if they got more wins than the Sixers. Yeah. Wizards getting 16 at the crib versus Celtics. We've kind of seen that the Celtics don't really care about the NBA Cup or the in-season tournament. But, I mean, they're going up against the worst team in the league. They just coming off the White House visit as well. I know it's Celtics or nothing for me. This is a huge number, obviously, but I mean, you can't trust the Wizards. Sometimes they'll come out first quarter, first half with something. Before you know it, they let the other team go on a 14-2 run, Jay. I don't really have a good look for this game. What do you think?
Boston or pass for me as well. The Wizards, they've been blown out by double digits every game this month except for one against the Spurs. They lost by 9 there. This is a lot of lumber to lay, 16.5 on the road. But we already seen the Celtics blow them out by 20. And because the Celtics lost that game to the Hawks in the in-season tournament, there's actually some slight motivation for them to come out here and put belt to ass on the Wizards tonight, because point differential does matter in the in-season tournament. Right. So 30, 40, I wouldn't be shocked if it happened. If there wasn't, this is the best team in the league versus the worst. So it's like, I don't want to overcomplicate it. I'm just going to lay it here with Boston and pray they come out and hoop tonight.
Facts. Yeah, my guy Markel say he like Tatum possibly get a triple-double in this one as well. Very possible. They could do whatever the hell they want versus this Wizards team. They are 9-1 straight up last 10 games, 7-2-1 against the spread. And as you said, they already beat them 122-102 as well, rather easily in DC over there, man. I think you guys should hop on Wizards win season total. I bet it at 19.5 and 18.5. This team might not get double-digit wins this year, in all honesty. I mean, this is just with the season starting off. You know what happens later in the season when they're like, all right, we want to almost guarantee we have the worst record in the league and try to get our best chance to have that number 1 pick. I think Wizards in win total under 19.5. I think that's a really great look. I'm on that shit. I had to go to the casino yesterday to put some money on that shit until they start limiting me. I'm all over Wizards win total under 19.5. I take 18.5 as well. I don't think they sniff an over there as well. They're already talking about trading Kuzma as well, man. So no, I want no parts of the Wizards there. None whatsoever. Can only look towards Celtics. Couldn't talk you off looking at Tatum rebounds, Tatum possibly triple-double, all that good shit. Derek White threes, all that shit, man. Let's go over here to New Orleans in this one, man. Let's go get some crab legs and some shrimp real quick, man. Pelicans get 10.5 at the crib versus the Warriors in this one. Jay, the Pelicans are one of the worst. They're one of the they're a very depleted team right now. Damn, they're all their guys on the injury report. Do you think they could possibly stay within the number with the Warriors here?
No, I don't. I have a do not bet list currently. There's 3 teams currently on the list. The number 1 team is the Atlanta Hawks. I love fading Atlanta. We'll talk about them in a minute. Number 2 is the New Orleans Pelicans. Number 3 is the Milwaukee Bucks. The Pelicans, look, these boys, they're missing. This is the Birmingham Squadron. That's what I call this team because they're missing basically everybody. This is a G League team right now currently. The Warriors, I see no reason to doubt them here. They've been a solid road ATS team this season. What are they? I think they're 6-2. Let me pull it back up. 6-2 this season. Yeah, 6-2 ATS on the road this season. Last year, they were the number 2 road ATS team in the NBA. Another game I don't want to overcomplicate. Give me Golden State. They've been playing well this year. They're motivated. I'm gonna take the Pelicans. I mean, not the Pelicans, the Warriors, and lay here against the Pelicans.
Damn, man, my damn video didn't went out, man. But I'm sure you can still hear me, right?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Bet. Yeah, man, the Pelicans, this team, damn near they whole starting 5 out. So this is another team that we probably got to stay off of until they get their guys back as well. I'm probably gonna pop out the show real quick, man, and try to get my shit. I don't know what's going on with my shit here, man. But I know that I want no parts of the Pelicans. That's how bad the Pelicans been right now. That my camera doesn't even want to act up right now, man. So Warriors, and with this being the NBA Cup as well, it's all about if they really want to win it. I mean, they could win this game by 20 points, in my opinion. You still got some guys like Brandon Ingram over there as well. I believe that he's questionable for this game, but like I say, the Warriors, this is a really deep team, and low key, they actually could possibly make another run and even try to win another championship this year if they could remain healthy in this one. But Ingram, game time decision. And what do you say?
I said it wouldn't shock me. Curry is him. Like
that's a fact. That's a fact. Yeah, and really deep team as well. Still got Draymond over, even though he got the gray hair showing. He's still playing some top tier defense. That's what's changed them so far this year. Now they will miss the Anthony Melton at some point, but with Buddy Hield coming off the bench, possibly even 6th man of the year, this team is absolutely balling. You look at the Pelicans: Zion out, DeJounte Murray out, Herb Jones out, CJ McCollum game time decision, but more of doubtful. And Nell and Jose Alvarado out as well. That's literally 4 of their main players that's on the injury report, and then Ingram game time decision, Messi game time decision, Hawkins game time decision. I do expect those guys to play. So if you like the Warriors, this line might end up going down to 9.5. I'd probably wait for this one to get a little bit better line. But yeah, Warriors are none for me. I want no parts of the Pelicans right now. Jay, let's go over here to Milwaukee in this one, man. The little playoff revenge spot here. Bucks facing the Pacers. Pacers been kind of struggling, and they're an injured team as well. What do you think about this game?
Man, the Pacers last year were one of my favorite money-making teams. I love betting Indiana. And I just told you guys a second ago, I have Milwaukee currently on my do not bet list. I will give Milwaukee some slight credit. They have played better basketball recently. They've won 4 of their last 5. I question the competition in those games, though. Toronto, Detroit, Chicago lost on the road to Charlotte. The Pacers, man, they've had the number of Milwaukee the last season. So it's like I was at the in-season tournament game in Vegas last year between these two.
What?
Yeah,
I was there.
I was there.
I was there for the championship, bro. Was you there with the Pacers for Pacers Lakers?
I left.
Damn, we just missed each other.
Yeah, we just missed each other.
We might have to meet up again. I don't plan on.
I'm probably going.
Vegas been bad to me, man. Last 3 times I've been there, I lost 5 figures for sure. So they definitely owe me some fucking money, man. But I don't know if I want to go back there, man. Good Lord, but we might we might have to team up, man. But what do you think about this one? Obviously, they owned them last year. You think the Bucks might get some get back here?
I don't know. I definitely they might win the game, but laying points with them, I can't. Not with a clear conscience. I can't. Not until they start to show me they weren't a money-making team last year. Milwaukee's more often than not a team I look to fade. When they're a dog going up against teams, like when they're slighted, that's the style situations I like looking at Milwaukee. But when you expect them to do something, man, they almost never do it. It's like the perfect situation over there, too. Doc Rivers, when you expect him to do something, he never do it. Giannis is starting to enter the overrated realm. I mean, Dame hasn't never really done anything. I love Dame, but it's like this was supposed to be the spot and situation where these boys were supposed to be bona fide number 2 in the East, man. And it hasn't been that since they've arrived. So it's just like, I know the Pacers are struggling, but I think if there was a spot where the Pacers kind of lock in on the road, it would be against a team they hate.
Yeah, that's Milwaukee. A fact.
So
yeah, both of these Both of these teams hate each other. You look at the Pacers; they're actually 7-3 straight up last 10 games versus the Bucks, and 6-4 against the spread as well. They owned them last year, and they, like I said, they kicked them out of the playoffs as well, man. So the Bucks, they were really injured. We have to give them that. Middleton was banged up, I believe. Giannis. What was it? Giannis or Dame was out, or both of them motherfuckers. So it was something. I know they had a bunch.
Giannis missed some of the playoffs last year.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, so it was just Dame. We know that Dame has got something against Hallie because ever since Hallie had did the Dame time, Dame was like, "All right, I got something for your ass, man." So I'm still one to think that the Bucks are a little bit better than they've been playing. I'm with you though. I don't want to lay the 5.5 here, but I never bet against playoff reach. Well, sometimes I do, but in this particular matchup, this is the reason why the Pacers haven't looked as good. They're missing two really important starters out there, Andrew Nembhard and Aaron Nesmith as well. Nesmith is, you could argue, probably their best defender out there as well. Like, they need him. I like Benedict Mathurin. I'm a big Mathurin fan. Now, Tyrese Halliburton, he has not been playing well right now. That's the engine. That's the engine that makes the Pacers go. If he's not going to be hitting threes and playing well, they look like a totally different team. That's why they've been getting smacked up. They've lost 4 of their last 5 games. So you could also kind of argue that the Bucks are in a little bit better current form right now. They played 2 straight home games. So it's the 3rd straight home game. 5 of their last 6 has been at the crib. Hadn't had to travel anywhere. I'd lean to the Bucks here. It's obviously you're paying a little bit of a premium here, but I'd lean to Bucks laying the 5.5 in this particular spot with the playoff revenge at the crib as well. Got Dame, got Giannis. They added some defensive guys as well. Gary Trent Jr., Torian Prince. So I don't like Brook Lopez, man. My guy is so damn slow. He can barely even get up and down the floor, man. So if it was me, I'm putting Brook Lopez in a pick and roll every single time, and I'm making him work on defense. So it's hard to trust the Bucks right now, but I think it's even harder to trust the Pacers without Halliburton being at that championship caliber type of player. So I lean to the Bucks.
Let me ask you, do you think last year Halliburton, that's the best he'll ever look, or do you think we'll see him return to that? A lot of people I love Halliburton, and I was like, man, if he play like this, he's one of the up and coming stars. He spent the summer with Team USA. Is he starting to enter overrated? Like, you know what I mean? Or will he find it again? Is basically what I'm asking.
I think Hallie had a little bit too fun over the summer. We see him posting shit,
Right.
you know what I'm saying? I'm sure you saw the video. He talking about 50 Cent or something. I just left the club. I immediately said, Hallie's out there having fun, bro. You see what I'm saying? That's
he went from regular guy to superstar though over that year. So I don't really blame him, but you're starting to see it on the floor.
Let's just say I'm glad that I'm not in the NBA. Let's just put it that way, because it'd probably be. But Hallie, I do think he can get back to that point. I think Hallie is one of those ones. It's just he's struggling right now with the shot. So we've seen it. I don't think that's the best, because it's only like his 5th or 6th year in the year, maybe even 7th. But I don't think that he's overrated. I think he can get back to that point. Like I said, I just think that he needs to get into his groove. It could come tonight, because like you said, you know how it is, man. You face a team you hate, you can be struggling. He's like, oh, I'm going up against Dame. Like, these motherfuckers, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's time to play now. So we saw a little bit of it. What was the last game that they won? It was versus the Heat at the house, that second game, because they had just lost versus Miami. We saw a little bit of it. He came right back. He hit a couple of threes. You know what I'm saying? It was starting back to feel himself. Then he went right back into the dumpster. So I think Hallie is one of those guys. I think he's, like you said, that superstardom can get to your head sometimes. So that maybe he might be having too much fun off the court right now than he is and not less practicing. So I think he can get there, but I don't think it happens tonight. I think the Bucks, I think they really want this one. You get kicked out of the playoffs by a team, they've been thinking about your ass all summer. Dame has been thinking about this shit all summer. Giannis, I don't know who's going to stop Giannis in this game as well. Giannis could go bonkers in this game, to be honest with you, man. So a couple quick fouls on Turner, and that's going to be it for the Pacers, in my opinion, man. So they definitely going to need – if you like Pacers, you need Hallie to go over his points. That's for sure, in my opinion. Let's go over to H-Town in this one, man. Rockets land 12.5 points at the house versus the Blazers. Jay, what do you think about this, my brother?
Houston, we have a problem, man. Them Rockets go stupid, dummy, crazy at home at the crib. I don't like fading them boys in Houston, man. I don't. What were they? 14-5-1 as home favorites last year. They're 6-2 as home favorites this year. On the road is where we can target Houston, but at home, I don't really like to do so. And then when I looked at how these two teams matched up their last 3 meetings, Houston took them behind the shed in all 3 of them. So it's like, unless I have a clear and concise reason to step in front of Houston, I don't like doing so. Portland, shout out to them. I've bet Portland a lot this season in certain spots and situations. It wouldn't shock the hell out of me if this was a case of slightly too many points. But it's like, for me, because I bet Houston and Houston has made me so much money this season, I give them the benefit of the doubt, and that's the way I lean.
Yeah, no, it's a fact. They've been balling 11-5 straight up, 11-5 against the spread as well. They've actually covered 6 straight spreads as well, man. And they really showed some versus Milwaukee because the Bucks kind of hopped out on their ass. They were up 11 at the half before you know it. And now some of that's on Doc Rivers because my guy does not make any in-game adjustments. He's like, I got Dame and Giannis. We're just gonna rely on them. He doesn't. And so shout out to Udoka. He's a really great coach. He has the Rockets playing defense. He has these guys playing hard. He's a great in-game coach. If they're down at the half, he's like, all right, look, this is what we're gonna do. They're doing this. We're gonna do this, this, and this, and then they come out there and smash a team in the third or fourth quarter. That's exactly what they did versus the Bucks. Dame just kind of hit a game winner in that particular game, man. So they're 8-2 straight up last 10 as well. They've been balling. I do think this is too many points, mainly because like no one's watching. No one wants the Blazers. Fair. Ever since they got smacked by, what did they lose by? 45 points. Ever since they lost by 45 points to the Grizzlies, they're 3-1 straight up and 4-0 against the spread, and they held right there with the Thunder. I'm talking about 3.5 quarters. They was tied with their ass. You know what I'm saying? And then before you know it, Thunder just kind of put it on them, got up by 10, but they still covered their spread. I like what I'm seeing from the Blazers right now. And this is even with now, I don't care about Aiden, but this is even without Ant Simons, which they really need him, and he could possibly come back here today as well. This is a sharp move. This line opened up at 14.5 as well. Or no, this one was at 13.5. And then I put a little something on the 13.5, and I look back at it, it's 11.5. So the sharps are on the Blazers right now. They're seeing the same thing that I'm seeing, that the sharps are hopping on guys like Shaedon Sharpe. My guy is balling, Jay. I didn't think that Cuz could shoot. He been working in the gym. He been going crazy, bro. His first year, my guy was ass from 3. But he's starting to, he's getting into the paint. He's knocking down threes. This team came back from down 20 versus the Hawks. I like what I'm seeing from the Blazers. I think as they continue to get double digits, I think I'm going to continue to ride with the Blazers until the wheels fall off. So I know that the Rockets have been balling, and they should win this game. But I think the Blazers have been balling, been showing some fight here. And if they don't cover the spread, then I'll take them tomorrow. But I do like the Blazers here plus the 12.5. I got plus 12.5 for the Blazers in my pocket. You feel what I'm saying? Let's go over here to Chicago in this one. Bulls getting a 1.5 at the house versus the Hawks. What do you like in this game, my brother?
Your Chicago. Bulls, man. I'm on the Bulls today, man. I like fading Atlanta, man. Atlanta is just an automatic fade for me. Last season, the Hawks were the worst ATS team I've ever seen in my life. I try to remind people of that. Atlanta was 29-54 against the spread last season. They only covered in 35% of their games. Like, they're terrible. And they're 6-10. What are they? 6-10 against the number this season. So still not a profitable team, still a losing basketball team. They have been playing better. A lot of it is because of Dyson Daniels. He's a monster. I like him.
Shout out to Dyson. I probably had to go get a jersey. Cuz be going crazy.
I like him. He's kind of the reason I feel like they've had an uptick this season. But
Jalen Johnson too, though.
Yeah, he kind of been balling too. But when it comes to this game, Bulls opened up as a favorite. I don't look at the money a ton. Like it usually doesn't sway me. But in a game like this, I was wondering why the line moved from Bulls to Atlanta. And when I look at it, I believe it's because people are just betting Atlanta. And which is usually a recipe for disaster. I'm taking Chicago here in this one. I love the Bulls tonight.
Yeah, I don't really have it's crazy enough. I actually have on Chicago Bulls socks right now. I didn't bet this game, but I do have the Bulls socks on right now, and the socks go crazy too, to be honest with you. Now, they did already beat I think I was on the Bulls earlier this season, November 9th, when they played in Atlanta. They were getting 2.5 points. I think that was like a back-to-back for Atlanta. I was all over the Bulls in that particular spot. I don't really have a good look for this game, to be honest with you. Fourth straight road game for the Hawks as well. They've been literally traveling all over the place. They hadn't had 2 days off since a couple games since between Boston and Washington. But every single game they've been playing in a new arena. They were at the house versus New York, then on the road Detroit, then at the house versus Chicago, then on the road versus Boston, at home versus the Wizards. Now this is the 4th straight road game as well. Portland, Sacramento, Golden State. So they've been literally traveling all over the place. And then they head back to the house to face the Mavs in a couple of days, man. So this spot would actually set up well for the Bulls. They're not a bad team. Zach LaVine looks like he's trying to earn himself another contract. He said, all right, I heard all the shit y'all talking about in the offseason. I got something for y'all. I've been watching LaVine. Cuz has been going absolutely bonkers, to be honest with you. I'd look at some LaVine props, unless Dyson Daniels is on him, because then I don't want it. Daniels is like, shout out to him, bro. You don't see too many players
going insane. I've been seeing people going crazy on the steals. I missed that train, but he's been going crazy,
bro. At first they had it like at 1.5. I don't know what they probably listened at like 2.5 with juice on the over, 3.5 now. But my guy came on the show earlier this season. He gave out Dyson Daniels to lead the league in steals at plus 4,000.
Ooh,
he's leading the league. Like, bro, he could miss probably 2 weeks and he'll still have the lead. Like, no, that was a great ass call, man. So, but the Bulls only 3-7 straight up last 10 games, but they have been covering some spreads. 4-3 last 7. I don't really want any parts of the Hawks, to be honest with you, man. But this is a tough game. I'm not gonna lie. Both of these teams are kind of bottom tier in the East for me, man. But I would look towards, if Dyson Daniels is not on LaVine, I'd look towards LaVine to continue his hot streak. He's been going crazy, to be honest with you, low key, man. So let's see what happens. And if Kobe White plays, they might want to look at his unders. He kind of had something going on with his knee last game, had it wrapped and was grimacing, all type of shit. There's things to look for there. Let's go over here, man. The hometown team, Mavs, getting 3 on the road versus the Nuggets, man. It's crazy, man. If Luka was playing this game, I might slide to this game. My sources tell me, Jay, that Jokic might come back in this one. He didn't practice. Obviously, he just had a baby. He didn't practice yesterday, but my sources tell me that he thinks Jokic comes back here. My source has been really good. He's told me those last couple games that he was going to be out. He told me this one that he thinks he's going to be back in. If Jokic is in, what would you think in this game? We know Luka's out for sure.
If Jokic is in, I would lean towards Denver. I probably wouldn't bet it, but I would lean towards Denver. If Jokic doesn't play, I'm for sure going to bet the Mavs. It's kind of how I look at this game. I just think the Mavs are more well-equipped to play without their star than the Nuggets are. Jokic is the whole damn motor, engine, windshield wipers, the transmission. He's the whole damn team for the Nuggets. Luka, he has a much better supporting cast this season. And Kyrie Irving, just look at his numbers when the co-star has been out. When he did it in Brooklyn, he's done it here in Dallas. He turns it up to another level. The Nuggets, y'all know my favorite saying. The Nuggets go stupid, dummy, crazy at home at the crib.
They do.
I do not fade Denver in Denver often. The only reason I'm thinking about doing it here is because on the flip side, the Mavs were the #1 road ATS team in the league last year. That's where we made our money betting Dallas last year, was on the road. So for right now, currently, I don't have a bet in the game. I need to know what's up with Jokic. That's huge. He's been out. He wasn't at practice, like you said, but it wouldn't shock me if he came back Friday night. Like, they were on the road, so it didn't surprise me that he was at home with his wife. Yep. You know what I mean? Yep. But now that they're back in Denver where they stay, I wouldn't be surprised if he played tonight. So this is kind of one I want to wait on the news. Everybody knows I'm a homer, though. I love my Mavs, man.
Yeah.
I want to bet my Mavs tonight. I want to bet my Mavs, but that's really all it is. Nothing too crazy for me here.
Let's see what Kyrie had last time. So this motherfucker, he had 43 points last game. That was with Luka in there. And his points prop is at 26.5. I don't know who's gonna stop it. It's not gonna be Jamal Murray. Right. I'm telling you that. Maybe,
you know what I mean? Who, Christian
Braun? Braun's not a bad defender, but Kyrie, when you're nice like that, it doesn't matter who's defending. You see what I'm saying? Because Kyrie has the ball on the string out there. He had 43 with Luka out there. And now he's out. He has to put the team on his back. Kyrie over his points, man, sound like a really good look. That's not correct. And they didn't have PJ Washington. So they didn't have PJ Washington or Lively that last game. So they covered the spread. Should have won that game versus the Nuggets last game as well in Denver. Nuggets were laying 3. They end up winning by 2. Jokic had 37 points, 15 assists, 18 rebounds, bro. Cuz went absolutely crazy there. But we know that the Mavs are at their best when they have Lively. PJ, I mean, obviously they need Luka. I'm one to think that they play a little bit better without Luka. I know it sounds crazy, but in certain spots, you know what I'm saying? Obviously, you're not going to go win no whole 7-game series without Luka. You're going to need him at some point. But in certain spots, teams will be like, oh, they without Luka? They can play faster without him. Remember, Luka don't play a ton of defense. He has to guard the worst offensive guy on the team. He has to do that because that's how they hide him defensively. The ball should move a lot more. You're not getting that dribble, step back 3, which they need is 3s. But with Kyrie out there at the helm, they share the ball a lot more. It moves around a lot more. I'd look at PJ Washington to possibly have a good game. Lively coming off the bench should have a great game. And Kyrie over his 26.5 points. I'd probably take points and assists because he's going to have to get some dimes in this game as well. He should go for a double-double. I think Kyrie points and assists speaking to my soul. I'm a better. I think that shit speaks to me, bro. And like I say, PJ Washington should probably be sitting over there in the corner, go over his 3s. Lively should have a great game off the bench. Don't underestimate the Mavs, even though they're without Luka. Kyrie can still run this team, and like you said, they have a lot better supporting cast, man. I want to see Jokic come into this game, this line go up to like 7.5. I might hop on the Mavs then. It might be the buy point for the Mavs, in my opinion, man. Shout out to everybody in chat.
What do you think the line is if Jokic plays? I don't know. You think it gets that high, 7.5?
Bro, he worked like 3-4 points to the spread, man.
He is the MVP. He is.
Yeah. No, so I mean, if it's sitting at 3, the only thing I don't like, this line was at 4 yesterday, and it's come down to 3. See what I'm saying? So somebody kind of think that Jokic may not play, or he might come back and be a little rusty or some shit like that. You feel what I'm saying? Which is very possible. If you've been out for damn near a week and you've been eating and you've been, you know what I'm saying? You haven't been. So this is the thing when you have a baby, you're not getting a whole lot of sleep. You see what I'm saying? You're not. I don't care if you got a nanny, all that shit. You're not. Nobody in the house is getting sleep. So keep that in mind for the Nuggets. And he's been out since about the 14th. So he's been out for about 8 days now. No basketball, none of that. Probably hadn't been practicing. Well, we know he hadn't been practicing. So keep an eye for that. I want to get Jokic. What'd you say?
That he in there burping the baby and shit.
Nah, facts, bro. You gotta. I mean, these guys are human beings, man. So I know a lot of people try to look at them like they're robots or like they're super. They're not, bro. They're regular guys. See what I'm saying? They're just really great athletes. But when you have a baby, you still got shit you gotta do. Changing Pampers. You know what I'm saying? You can take the trash out. Up all night. I'm telling you this, bro. So he might not be necessarily the same today. Damn, I forgot all about Clay. Clay,
my boy Clay.
Bro, they got a lot better supporting cast here, man. I'm telling you. I lean Mavs here. If Jay on the show, we both from Dallas. He's still there in Dallas, you know what I'm saying, on the outskirts. We bringing the Mavs energy today. I want Jokic to get ruled. And obviously, if he's out, definitely got to take the Mavs. But I think the Mavs, the right side in this game. I think Kyrie over his points and assists is a spot here. All right, last game up. Let's go over here to LA in this one. Clippers getting 3 at the crib versus the Kings. Man, I do need a haircut. I got to get a haircut pretty soon. But I'm not on the Clippers today. You feel what I'm saying? I'm riding with the Kings. This line was actually 6.5 yesterday, plus 6.5 for the Kings, man. That's before they announced, and I liked it then. That was before that they announced that DeRozan and Sabonis will be coming back in this game, and then you see a huge line flip. Jay, do you think that it's a little bit too far of a flip from it going plus 6.5 to Kings laying 3 here?
The Kings, man, the Kings. I do. I like them. I think they're supposed to be drastically improved this season. I think the thing that's held them back in years past is they didn't have that bona fide star to push them over the edge. And DeMar DeRozan was supposed to be that for them. Mm-hmm. Recently, the problem with them has been, like you said, they've been injured. So is this the get right spot for Sacramento? It's tough for me to say so. That I like the way the Clippers have looked in this little homestand they've had. Remember, they built $1 billion fucking home arena here in LA. So it's like they didn't start out the year balling in this arena. Recently, though, it has gotten better. This is a tough one. This is probably one of my least favorite on the night.
Yeah.
For me, my mantra, you know, if you watched my show a lot last year, we said, fuck the Clippers, respectfully.
Yeah. Yeah.
Hey, you know what I mean? I haven't really been on that much this year. I could be talked on to the Kings, though, especially now that they're getting healthy. I took the Clippers earlier this morning, but I could be talked on to Sacktown if they come out balling tonight, because I do like their makeup. They got to get better from three. That's really the problem is they got to get better from three. Keegan Murray can't really be the only one shooting and hitting them. He ain't really been hitting them. He's the only one shooting them. But Herder back. Fuck it, I'm gonna flip. I don't flip often. I'm on the Kings though. I'm gonna take.
I like the Kings here mainly because so Fox can't do it by himself. We know that he needs Sabonis with him. I think this was even the case last year without DeRozan. You telling me DeRozan and Sabonis come back? They have their big three now. It still hurts that they don't have Malik Monk coming off the bench. That's their main player coming off the bench. But if you look at it, first off, this is a revenge spot. The Clippers just beat them in Sacramento, right? So they beat them 107-98 in that particular game. People would say that Norman Powell doesn't mean a lot. Norman Powell had 31 points in that game, bro.
Really?
Yeah. He had 31 points and 12 rebounds, bro. You can't tell me that he's not going to miss it. I don't think the Clippers are the type of team that can miss a starter like that. Remember, they're already missing Kawhi. We don't know when we're gonna see Kawhi.
You know what I'm saying? Season. Right now, I don't think he's coming back. I don't think he's coming back.
That's a fact. They definitely being vanilla with that over there. But Amir Coffey's been playing well as well. You never know who's gonna come off the bench. Batum, Dunn, Porter, like they have some great guys and probably the better defensive team. I just think the Kings. I think they're a little pissed off right now. They've been losing these games. They hadn't had the chance to practice as well. That's why you got to listen to the post game reports, all this type of stuff. Mike Brown said, "Man, we haven't been able to get a practice in. We've been playing every other day." Well, guess what? This team is coming off 3 straight days off. They've been practicing, much needed practice as well. They've gotten back healthy. I think they trying to work out the kinks, the things they've been doing wrong. I think those practice days are really going to come into fruition in this particular game. I think the Clippers been playing a little bit over their head. They've won 6 straight at the house now. I think they dropped this game, man. That was a perfect spot for them versus the Magic. I think they finally take a L in this particular game with Sabonis, DeRozan, Fox coming back in this one. No Norman Powell. They have revenge. They need this win as well. They still are live for the NBA Cup. I'm on the Kings money line here, man. This line's continue going up. I'd even still take the 3 in this one, man. I like the money line minus 126, but I'd still take Kings minus the 3. Kings money line in my pocket. It's in my pocket, man. I like this spot here for him to bounce back. I like this, man. And it's an interdivisional matchup as well. I like Kings with the revenge here, man.
Let's me to fade the Clippers.
That's a fact. That's a fact. They dropping this one, man. They dropping this one. Let's go ahead and get out of here, man. We talked about every game. We gave you all looks, man. Let's go ahead and recap the picks, my brother. I know for me personally, I'm on Kings money lines in my pocket. And I also like the Blazers plus the double digits. If they're gonna keep giving them double digits and they're gonna keep covering spreads, I'm gonna ride them until the wheels fall off. Rockets are a great team. This team can ball, but I think with the Blazers, guys like Jeremy Grant, Klingon have a little bit of a size advantage down low. Shaden Sharp has been going absolutely bonkers in this one. And Blazers are actually somewhat of a tough team this year as well. I don't think guys like Dylan Brooks going to be able to punk them tonight. This team is a hard-nosed team. Every 4-0 against the spread ever since that 45-point loss. And like I said, the Kings, 3 days off, 3 days of practice. They're getting healthy. They know they need this win. I think they go for this win for the cup as well. Kings money line in my pocket. And then some honorable mentions as well. Maxey over his points. I do have money on there. I just don't know if this prop is still out, but I do have some money on Maxey over his 14.5 points. That's in my pocket. And then I lean towards Kyrie over points and assists. Mr. Briggs, what do you like today, my brother?
Your Chicago Bulls, man. I got to continue to fade the Hawks, man. I like that a lot. I'm going to roll with Boston, man. You know, defending champs, Wizards are the worst team in the league. That should be a blowout. Boston plays Celtics style basketball. They should take them behind the woodshed. And while we were doing the show, I saw some news came through for the Pelicans.
Yeah, looks like Ingram and Hawkins in there.
The line came down. It's Golden State still for me.
Yeah, that's a fact. I told you they were going to be in, so it went down to 9.5. Yeah, it's down to 9.5.
Yes, sir. So that's what I like today in the league. I'm probably some of my favorite plays. I like that Kyrie with you though. I will be putting that Kyrie in over PR points and assists or just points. I got to go see which ones I like better, but it's gonna be either one of them. Maybe a slight lean on that Tatum triple double. Somebody in the chat, shout out to y'all for that. I kind of like that a little bit as well. So yeah, that's what I like today. Give me a Cam Thomas over his points total too. I just like Cam Thomas, Mr. Bucket Getter.
Yeah, no, Cam Thomas, man, he about to get him a bag by somebody. It's how you know that the Nets might start tanking. They're talking about trading Cam Thomas. So I'd be really interested to see who gets Cam Thomas, because that's definitely going to get him an offensive boost immediately over there. My guy is a certified bucket over there, man. But great show, man. This was nice, man. We got 1,017 people in here watching live, man. We need 1,000 likes on the show. We got 1,000 yesterday. Let's try to get 1,000 likes on the show one time for this one time, man. Make sure y'all go and follow my guy at Parlay Guy J on Twitter, X, whatever you want to call it. Go check out his YouTube show as well with Pick Dogs. I'll be on there pretty soon as well. Really, whenever my guys send me the invite, I'm on there. You see what I'm saying? So we all trying to cash here, man. I have this saying, Jay, that it's us against the bookies, man. It's the bettors against the bookies. We don't compete against each other. We're not betting against each other. Whoever you're betting your money with, that's who you're competing with. You see what I'm saying? Right. We're trying to get this money, man. So none of us cappers are competing against each other. It's us versus the bookies. We're trying to smack these motherfuckers up, man. We're trying to wrap and pack their ass up. You see what I'm saying? Take their money, man. So shout out to Jay Briggs coming on the show. I'll be on his show soon. Nice little collab. You can come. You welcome on the show anytime, man. You see what I'm saying? So
we'll do it.
That's a fact, man. Especially when we like the Mavs, we got to collab for sure. For sure, man. So we appreciate everybody for
gotta catch a game or something, man.
Nah, facts. Yeah, I'll hit you up. I'll be back next week for Thanksgiving. I know it's like family time and shit, but I'll be back for like 3 or 4 days. So if we'll holler at each other after the show for sure. But I will be back in Dallas next week, guaranteed, because I gotta take my son out there to see his mom. So I'll be out there for sure. Guaranteed, man. But shout out to everybody in chat. We appreciate y'all for tuning in. Like the show, share the show, become a member, all that good stuff. Let's get 1,000 likes on the show, and I'm telling you, that shit it's gonna put the plays into fruition. We're gonna get this cash. We back, man. Let's get this cash, man. Let's go.